Mm. Mm-hmm. What's up, friends? So I just got onto YouTube, which I don't do very much, and saw that Ghost released a new song. So we're gonna watch it. We're gonna talk about Tobias's voice a little bit, which is still odd to say because I would rather call him Papa Emeritus or whatever the hell. um, but I'm a big fan of Ghost. Super fun to see in concert. They write really great songs. It is very odd to me that everything has to be about Satan. But then again, that's not that different because now I live in Nashville where everybody's writing songs about Jesus. So, whatever, man. To each his own. I think it's actually odd either way to me that you would consider doing everything creatively for this direction or this direction. But, like I said, whatever. Okay, the song's called Sanitized. It just came out 10 hours ago. Let's freaking get into this. See, we are already going in a religious direction. Funny too, man. I just checked probably about a month ago or something because I don't keep up with music and YouTube, and I just don't pay attention to these things. And I just remember, like, man, I wonder if Ghost has put out something. I think one of their songs came on, and I did like a little video singing one of their songs. But so it's cool to see. I hope they have a new record coming out. Like I said, it's super fun. And if I was very nervous to go see them live because of the satanic crap. I was like, is it going to push an agenda? Is it going to what? And it ended up being really more lighthearted and fun. And of course, there's a lot of people that dress up, which is just a spectacle in and of itself to be like, what the hell is that person wearing? So. So, right out of the gate, one of the craziest things about when I heard about Ghost was that people were like, yeah, dude, it's heavy, but it's kind of old school, but it's completely clean singing. And just completely clean, never any screaming, never. And then I remember them showing it to me, similar to when I first was introduced to Rush. I was kind of like, I don't know if I like this voice. I was expecting something completely different. When you listen to Rush for the first time, if you're at least kind of close to my age, you hear the music and all the stuff, and then you hear somebody come in with a higher pitched voice, and you're like, that was not what I was expecting. In terms of this, Tobias is a small dude, and he's got like a higher voice, but his notation choices, everything is just really solid, and the more you kind of keep diving into it, the better it becomes. And I don't know, the more of an appreciation you have for it. So even here, da 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 da, I'm not making fun of it either. It's so much different than my voice. But yeah, like the notation stuff is very keyboard-esque. So almost like it was like bam 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 ba da 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 da, or whatever the notes were. It's a sickening heartache, and it's slowly tormenting my soul. I've invested my prayers into making me whole. I should have known not to give in. I should have known not to give in. Not to mention here, we also have an uplifting kind of vibe, which happens quite often in Ghost songs, where there's actually a beautifulness or a pretty kind of thing coming through, a major, more melodic type of thing, which you would think it's just all going to be dark. And again, that's something that gets boring to me about a lot of metal music, where every single thing that they tend to be inspired by or keep latching onto is like, dude, how do we make this as heavy as possible, and then dark, and then heavy, and diminished, and then after we're done making it heavy, we write another heavy riff. And sometimes that gets boring to me because music is so much more than that. And you can tell it's so much more of a message when you have shifting and uplifting parts and then, heavy parts. The heaviness of something and the darkness of it is much more embellished by something being light kind of up next to it and then diving back in, instead of something just being dark and heavy and then it gets dark and then this part gets heavy and then it gets dark again. Oh, so it's not sanitized. I'd read it wrong. It's Satanized. No way. I'm Satanized. Listen to how high that is. Oh, my piano's not on. So that's a freaking A4 and a G4 and an F sharp 4. Da, da, da. So, and he's just kind of Satanized. He's almost in his, basically like a regular kind of speaking register to hit that. But again, really fun, playful, totally dark in terms of the content stuff. But again, there's a fun element to it, and the choppy staccato nature of how he's singing, things like that. It's fun, man. Oh. And there's a lot of stuff going on in this video, and again, it's amazing, the contrast. One of the coolest things, so I'll get over this kind of fast, but many years ago, I lost my singing voice, and I put up a video about it and what it was like, and stuff like that. And I went to 3 vocal doctors, and they were all like, everything's fine with your vocal cords. Maybe it's acid reflux and it's surrounding tissue. And that's been happening to me again now the past 6 months, where my voice just isn't working as well. So then I have to reconfigure my teaching sometimes, and it really is troublesome. But anyway, sometimes when these things happen, there's blessings in it, because it makes you kind of step back and work on maybe more of your foundation, or instead of just rushing towards like, I want to sing heavy, or I want to sing this difficult compression, high voice, crazy stuff, or I have to impress people as the vocal teacher, singer, musician guy that's been doing this for a while. You just come back to simple things. So what happened about a month and a half ago was a Ghost song came on, and I'm not making this up for the video. It's called He Is. Beautiful song, once again, about Satan. And I noticed singing along to it, my vibrato was working really, really well. And I just played the song like 3-4 times over, just driving along. And I recognized the joy and the wonderfulness of just really connecting to that flow state. And now, for the past couple months, there'll be times where I'm singing and I kind of just focus on that. Something's not working as well. I can't do this. I can't go as high. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just focus on some part of the enjoyment of this instead of just like, I got to get over here. It's the similar kind of thing that people talk about with like, try to enjoy the journey and not the destination. It's still so very difficult to be like, well, I got to be like, get my shit together and know all my things about my voice. Anyway, a great thing about singing along with Ghost is, again, it's clean. It's not compressed and heavy or crazy. There's not really that many high notes, aside from the fact that his voice is relatively high anyway. But you can kind of just get into this little bit more operatic, maybe even theatrical kind of, oh. So the song He Is, for example, I can't sing it, or they're going to probably block this anyway, but He is, He's the shining in the light, without whom I cannot see. He is. Being able to tap into that feels really nice. And again, singing along with this stuff, same thing. I love that they're all just playing like lutes and old timey stuff. You can tell in this song in particular, they're really boosting like the 2K range to really kind of bring his voice out in the top, and you really just have this kind of pointed you kind of just really have that kind of coming through. You don't have much body to his voice. I should have known not to give So again, if you're practicing something like this, you'd be better off trying to learn how to quiet your voice and kind of back off pressure, because most people are going to be shouting. Most baritones or regular male voices are going to be shouting to get to this "I should have known," which is not going to sound good. "I should have known," which is much easier. And God knows I have plenty of lessons about this stuff, or I actually exclusively upload my lessons onto Patreon now, if you want to join me over there. But bringing and getting to know how to back off pressure is so much more beneficial than and everything just falling out of the face. Look up videos on placement, look up videos on mix and things like that. But even before you know how to perfectly mix or whatever, with something like this, as you approach the note, "I should have known, I should have known, I should have known." You hear how I'm navigating that? My voice is actually getting a little bit quieter. "I should have known." Oh, I love the solo we're entering into now, how it just went, again, compared to that kind of la na na, and then going da, and dropping into that note is so great. Anyway, I wonder, listening to the lyrics now, it almost sounds not so much a celebratory, satanic type of thing, but almost a problem in the way he's describing it, and it could just be playful for the whatever this is, but interesting. They're going to get the Satan out of him. All right, for me talking, let's back up and just listen to how great this solo is already, because we have, I think it was a synth coming in. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Their solos are so great. And again, when you go to see them live, watching those dudes play is great. The way that they do things in tandem, the way that they combine solos, it's so old school and so great. A lot of times I love Ghost as well, because their mixes are really not completely smashed like a lot of new music is. And the drums are usually recorded really well. They don't quite sound as good in this from what I've heard before. But yeah, I usually like the mixes a lot. Oh, is it? So what? She's sewing ankle there. So he's saying that that he's sinning, I guess, and that he's drawn to the sexual nature of things, and I guess that's all horrible. But listen to that again, so beautiful, and again, not what you would think about if somebody, especially for these people who are like, I want to write dark. I should have known. I should have known. So if you want to work on your foundation, I'm going to put out a course here finally, hopefully by the end of this month. I've been trying to get that together, but basically on your breath, your support, coming up with a thing. Again, a thing I have to correct a lot of my students with is that if we're stepping up to a mic on a stage, we're stepping up to a mic in a studio, whatever we're doing, we should have a physical precursor that is happening first. It should not be that you're going to step up to the mic, start singing, listen to yourself, and then correct it. That's backwards. We have to physically know how to sing, so we physically are turning on certain things. Just like if you get better and better at lifting weights, if you're going to do curls, you're going to step up and you're going to do certain things with your posture and certain things to correct and have good form. You're not going to just pick it up and be like, yeah, that feels right. Okay, good. But you're going to do certain things. But anyway, in a case like this, take a song like this or whatever you're working on, slow it down, and then really start projecting from your stomach and getting your breath together. Give yourself time to breathe and think about singing, which it is like this anyway, as a breathing exercise. An exercise in breath and breath control. I should have known. I should have known. So there, each time I'm setting myself up for success, and then physically, I know what to do. And then if I step up to a mic and I don't hear myself correctly, or I hear myself differently, or I hear myself through a different monitor, a different stage, different pair of headphones, I physically know what to do, and I physically know what to align with instead of trying to align with it in an auditory way. I've talked a lot. Let's finish the song. And there he is. Oh, they're introducing new masks and everything. Oh, it's so awesome, though. Oh, that's so cool, man. They introduced like a new Papa Emeritus or whatever, new masks and new outfits, and again, you can't help but be kind of just drawn into how fun it is and everything, unless you want to take it really seriously and be like, oh my God, where's Jesus? Is he coming back? But anyway, that was awesome. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and going over some of this. I will see you soon.